I'm Jess. I'm a fitness instructor and content creator sharing my love of athleisure wear, body-inclusive fitness, and New York City. And this is Jess McKay Live, the podcast where I answer your questions about life, Lululemon, and love. Self-love. Let's get into it. Welcome to episode 6 of Jess McKay Live, my still brand new podcast. This is still new. And I am changing the subject for today because we went live this morning for We Made Too Much at Lululemon and my TikTok glitched. So we ended up having to go over to Instagram, and with all of the hullabaloo of that transition, we've run out of time to really focus on the topic that I wanted to do today, which was how to become a bar instructor. So if you're interested in hearing about how to become a bar instructor, we will get to that potentially next week. Although next week is also my birthday. So stay tuned.
I think we'll work that in.
We'll be able to work it in?
Yeah.
Okay. But I did want to say that today's episode is going to be just a life update. We're going to have our Lululemon Spotlight segment. We're going to talk about a life update and maybe what's to come for August.
Yeah, that's a good thing to talk about as well, because this will be the last episode of July.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't believe July has just blown by. This was our hashtag Dress Like Jess challenge month. And while I'm not currently wearing my hashtag Dress Like Jess outfit, I will be getting to that soon. And I'm heading off to Bar 3 very soon as well to take class and film some reels. So Ryan, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. It was stressful not being able to continue with the TikTok live. But I feel like you've had a super busy week.
Yeah.
Because you were out late on Tuesday. Another reason this didn't get recorded is because Wednesday was kind of
I woke up with a headache on Wednesday.
Because of that, yeah.
And I still have a headache today, but I've been drinking lots of water. I've been doing my best to take care of myself, and I've been sleeping and, doing all the things, but I do have a headache. But it is feeling a little better with Sage. And this is something that I love. If you're familiar with Sage Wellness, I use the Peppermint Halo, and it really helps. So I'm using that currently. And
yeah, we're big Sage users around here. We have the diffuser. Jess recently got a whole new set of the oils that you put in the water.
Essential oils, yeah.
Thank you. And I'm loving the flavors.
The flavors.
Not the flavors.
Don't eat them.
Don't eat them. Don't eat them. The scents that we have.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. Also, I'll take this moment to say this is not a sponsored podcast, but if you want to use my affiliate links, it does help to support me here. And I say affiliate links because we just mentioned Sage, and I actually have a Sage Wellness affiliate link. So if you want to check out any of those essential oils, they also have like lots of other products like natural deodorant, hand sanitizer, and just lots of really good stuff. And it just smells so good. So if you like aromatherapy, check out Sage. And they've also done collabs with Lululemon, which is really cool. The holiday season last year, there was a collab with Sage. So again, if you're interested, check that out. And as always, when you're shopping at Lululemon, don't forget to use my link. It helps to support me here in the form of a small commission. And this is how I'm able to do this. If you didn't use my link anymore, I'd probably I'd have a different job. So the fact that you're using my link is what helps to support me here. So thank you so much for being here and for all of our super fans of this podcast. So thank you so much for being here.
So you wanted to talk about what has been happening this week. Is that what we should start with?
Yeah, let's start with, I'll just call this a life update.
Okay.
So life update is related to Lululemon. This week, the chargefeel workout shoe dropped at Lululemon. And I am so excited that I was so fortunate to receive a pair of the chargefeel workout shoes prior to the launch. So I have had them now for a few weeks and I've been testing them out. I did some content that you've probably already seen by now. Ryan filmed me. We were near the Brooklyn Bridge Park, and you could see the Statue of Liberty. It was so fun. We went really early in the morning so we could catch not too hot sun, and so it wouldn't be too busy. It was really just people running, which was great. And yeah, we did some content there and I got to try out the shoes. I've been wearing them now as well. And I love them. So first of all, very exciting chargefeel launch. Second of all, I was invited to an event, which was so exciting. If you are as someone who uses the Lululemon mirror, you might know Deja Riley. She is one of the instructors on there, but she's also a former dancer. So the intro that they gave her, they said that she used to be a backup dancer for Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, J-Lo, and then she transformed her dance career into a fitness career. So she now teaches for the Lululemon Mirror and has her own fitness empire, basically. And she's amazing. So I got to take class with her. It was so much fun at this event. And also, we had like a styling and portrait session, which was upstairs. It was located at a Lululemon store here in New York. So that was very exciting to be able to go. They had the whole place done up. They had like the chargefeel, the colors that I got on the chargefeel box, that like lime green and black, were basically like the theme of all the decorations. So the store was done up with this lime green, fluorescent lights.
Neon lights, yeah.
Yeah, like neon lights. And like everything down to a T was chargefeel. Even the napkins said chargefeel. When you walked in the door, they gave us a wellness shot, which had celery in it and something else, but it was very sweet. And it was good. I did not have Ryan with me, and that's like my number one thing. I wish Ryan was with me. But the invite was just for me. So next time I'll see if I can. Yeah. Let's get Ryan into one of these events because I didn't have my cameraman and I needed my cameraman, you know? But anyways, it was so fun. The styling and portraits also, we had the New York Stylist. That's her handle, at the New York Stylist. She's on Instagram, but also TikTok. And she had some tips for styling. So she recommended, and it's in my phone. So maybe we'll have to find this, but it's in a note on my phone. I wrote it down, something for cleaning your shoes. And she said that's what all of the best shoe people use to clean their shoes. So we're going to have to add that to the notes of this episode, a recommendation from the New York Stylist about how to clean your shoes. But if you want to check out her content, she's got really great styling tips and she's super fun. And her outfit that night was gorgeous. So I hope I can share those photos with you soon. I'm really excited about that. I did share the video of it though, so you could kind of see it in motion, which was really fun. And I tried on the Align high neck matching set with the pants, Align pant in the white camo cheetah print. And that's the first time I would rave about something that is camo, but it is gorgeous. I think it's more cheetah print than camo, but I think it's really pretty. So I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know when I put it on if I would love it. And then I was obsessed. And the whole room, everyone was like, oh my God, that looks so good. So I definitely walked away with that outfit. Also, and this is leading into the Lululemon Spotlight, I guess, but there is a new collection that is done by an artist. It's a collaboration with the artist Ed Curtis, who I was not familiar with until this moment. But I'm loving this collection. On Tuesday of this week, we saw it drop in Australia, I believe, but it has not dropped online in North America from what I can tell. But I do have a few clips from when I was at the event on Tuesday. They did have some of the Ed Curtis collection in person at the event. So I got the Wonder Train poolside with the Sonic Pink lettering on the side that says Lululemon. And honestly, so cool. I really, really love them. If you know me, you know I love the Wonder Train legging anyway. But they were 25-inch, and they also had them available in black with white lettering. Same lettering, Lululemon down the leg. They also had, I want to say, abrasion-resistant shirt that also said Lululemon on it. And then there's this like rainbow pattern on black that is also available. And yeah, I just hope that they appear online. I think that the Wonder Trains and the Wonder Train short with the black and sort of rainbow pattern, that is available online, but they don't have the cool lettering like the Wonder Trains. But anyways, so my Lululemon Spotlight of this week is the Ed Curtis collection exists, but I don't know when you're going to be able to buy it. I'm so sorry. But shop with my link when you do.
One other thing that sort of slipped in was the city collection.
Oh, yes, the city collection. Do you want to explain that?
Sure. So it seems to be maybe Lululemon 10K locations.
Related, yes.
Or related to that. So it's Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, and San Francisco. We texted people that are on the text list and have given their location. We texted people from those cities about them. But yeah, it didn't drop like at the time on Tuesday, so we weren't aware of it then.
Right, but it is available now.
Yeah, so it's shirts, sweatshirts, shorts,
I've
men's
seen a
and
line
women's.
pants now. People were talking about that today.
Yeah.
So I believe there's also a line pants in it.
Cool. So just
Very
go
cool.
and if you just search those cities, like the name of that city, then everything will pop up.
Yeah. And there were some new items that dropped today as well. We got a new Briar Rose Define jacket in Luon. We made Too Much Thursday, so sometimes they also drop new items, which is exciting. Some new perfectly oversized cropped crews, Charged Indigo, Water Drop. We haven't seen Water Drop in over a year, so that's amazing. And Prosecco. But yeah, so the drop today, I think a lot of people were disappointed, but also I was just so devastated that my TikTok was glitching. And we're back on TikTok right now going live for this podcast. And it looks like the TikTok is back up and running. So hopefully for Tuesday, we won't have any issues. And yeah, but do you want to talk about what's to come for the next month?
Sure. So we made a potential list of live streams that you're going to do next week.
Ah, yes.
So these are not set. I would say go to Jess's TikTok
Yep.
or Instagram
Yep.
to see this list of live streams, like your schedule of live streams for next week.
Yeah. We'll make a
So
schedule.
her birthday is on August 2nd,
Woo.
next Tuesday. So definitely going live for the regular new release drop.
Yes.
But then we're also talking about doing maybe some giveaways. Like
yeah.
a Lululemon giveaway, like a Starbucks giveaway.
Yeah, I feel like the Lululemon giveaway, maybe we can do it through the email list again
Yep.
and say sign up for the email list. You'll be entered. And because the text list is such a huge question mark right now, I don't want to direct anyone to sign up for that right now because we're waiting to get it sort of upgraded. So till then, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, unless we get confirmation. That's probably how we'll do it. You were talking about maybe teaching a class?
Yeah, I was thinking of going live and teaching a class. We might do another YouTube live, or we might even just do it on TikTok. We'll see what we can do.
And then maybe walking around New York City, like we did our Harlem to Houston Street. So maybe not quite so long, but maybe walking in the park or the Upper West Side,
I think that
something
would
like
be great. Or the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
That could be fun. Okay, so we've got this list of lives.
Yeah.
We're going to confirm those things via email.
Yeah.
The other thing we have coming up, which I'm very excited about, is my challenge for this month. So last month we did, or we're currently in July, but for July, we're doing #DressLikeJess, which has been so much fun. I love to see your outfits just as much as I love sharing mine. So thank you so much for participating. Anyone who has participated, there's still a few days left if you want to keep playing. And then starting August 1st, my next challenge is for anyone out there who is curious about content creation. And when I say curious about content creation, I don't mean that you're looking to pursue content creation as a career. You might be pursuing it for fun. You might be pursuing it for a side hustle. And maybe you are pursuing it for a career and you're lacking creativity at the moment and you're looking for some inspiration. If that's you, this is going to be our challenge for August. It's called my J.K. McKay Content Sparks. So they're called Content Sparks because this is sparking your creativity. People are struggling with creativity, but also people are struggling with the fact that a lot of people encourage you on TikTok to have a niche because it helps you to grow. And so a lot of people who enjoy my content, if you are out here and you're enjoying my content, you love Lululemon. And there are a lot of accounts out there now of people who have created Lululemon accounts, whether that's someone's name, someone's handle has Lululemon in it, or just all of their content is Lululemon, whatever it is. I find that a lot of people are struggling to find creativity within a niche. So I'm just highlighting Lululemon, but there's lots of people in different niches and they feel bogged down by the concept of only creating content in their niche. So this Content Sparks Challenge, of course, you could participate and make it all about Lululemon, but it is going to get a little personal. So a lot of the Content Sparks are things like, tell me about a happy memory.
Yeah. I was going to say happy memory or your favorite activity, someone who inspires you.
Right. There's a challenge even to duet someone or stitch someone that you have an opinion on their video and you want to tell the world about it. So it doesn't have to be anything too deep. These can be lighthearted and fun, but they are challenges where you either show old clips that you have or you film something fresh and brand new. There's no requirements. All it is to inspire you to post something every day. And if you don't like one of the days, skip it. If you only like one of the days and you want to participate one day out of all of the month, I love that. Join in anytime. So this Content Sparks Challenge is actually a document we've got so you can download it and be able to follow along. I think I'll also have to post it on my Instagram because that's what we did for Dress Like Jess. For Dress Like Jess, we had every day people could go back to my Instagram post and check what the next day was. So somehow we're going to have to put it up in the world for you to be able to download or see on a daily basis. But that's the JK McKay Content Sparks Challenge. I'm very excited.
And the last thing that we were going to talk about was the throwback drop that is happening today.
Oh my goodness. So I don't know when Ryan's going to get this podcast out, but there is a throwback drop and it's happening today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's the Inspire Crop High Rise. This is a throwback. I don't know if I ever had the Inspire Crop. I think, the Pace Rival Crop, very similar, mesh behind the knee. But this one has a zippered pocket at the back, which is great. And it's got a draw cord, so it's not going to fall down. And it's Luxtreme fabric. So this is a really great, lovely throwback. And somehow I snagged this on Tuesday in store. They had this throwback selection out on Tuesday in store at the global flagship in New York on Fifth Avenue. So I actually snagged a pair in magenta purple. They're gorgeous. I love them. But if you're looking to shop them online, they should be dropping today. And don't forget to shop with my link.
Okay, so we have this big list of questions that we have from everyone that signed up for your giveaway that you did when launching this podcast. So I've been trying to go through and organize them. That's how we found the questions for all of the individual episodes. But then I found this one set of questions. Regan had asked 6 wonderful questions. And I think for this episode without a specific topic, it's going to be a great little list. So Jess doesn't know what's coming here, but I think she'll have good answers for all of these. Where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up? Well, if you've watched any of my TikTok vlogs, I do them every day. I'm a Canadian living in New York City. So I'm Canadian because I was born in Ontario. I'm from Burlington, Ontario, and that is a suburb of Toronto. So I grew up there. I also ended up going to high school in Toronto, and I went to arts high school. That's why I went from Burlington and commuted every day, honestly. And I just love, obviously, musical theater. That's what I went to school for. And I love Toronto. So that's where I grew
up. Did you go to college, and what did you study?
I did. So in Canada, we make a differentiation between college and university. And college that we have in Canada, in the US, people would call that community college. And you get a diploma, not a degree. So for me, I went to, well, this is a long story, but I went to the University of Western Ontario for classical voice. Halfway through my degree, I realized that I wanted to be back in Toronto. And the University of Toronto has one of the strongest opera programs in Canada. So I ended up transferring. I had to audition to transfer. I had to audition to get into the program at Western as well. But you audition, got in, I transferred, got into U of T, and I graduated from U of T with a Bachelor of Classical Voice Performance, which is so fun. I ended up changing focuses, went from a voice degree, and then I got a Master's of Fine Arts from the Boston Conservatory in Boston, Massachusetts. So that is a great musical theater program.
Musical theater, yeah.
And I got it. It was the Master of Fine Arts in Musical Theater Performance. So for that, you might wonder, what on earth are you doing in a master's degree? A lot of people in master's degrees have a thesis project. My thesis project was a one-woman show, a cabaret that I wrote myself. And yes, the music is from other artists, but we did sort of parodies for some songs, rewrote the lyrics. And it was a 30-minute show that was just me in a black box theater. And it was a story of kind of my life, but it was a story about my mom. My mom is from England. So I talked about how she came from England to Canada and how I was a Canadian living in the US. So it was kind of like I am living somewhere other than where I was born story. So if you ever did want to watch that, it is live still on YouTube, but it's not on Jess McKay, this one that you know. It's another account, but maybe you can link it. And if anyone wants to watch my one-woman show, you can watch it.
When did you discover a love for Lululemon?
Oh man, I think we've talked about this previously, but I started shopping at Lululemon in 2006. So I did get a question this week on TikTok, like, how do you get all this Lululemon vintage stuff? It's vintage because I bought it at the time. I bought it in 2006 when I was in high school. So that's when I started shopping there. Huge love for it. I would always buy We Made Too Much, to be honest, because I know that it's, as a student, it's very challenging to budget for a lot of Lululemon. So I understand the struggle. And I still love shopping on We Made Too Much. So, yeah.
What is something that you are passionate about?
Something that I'm passionate about. I have so many passions. Musical theater, content creation, my dogs. But let's go real personal and deep here. I have some things that just light me up, and I'm so passionate about it, and I've no training and no knowledge or anything about it, but something that I'm obsessed with. And it's kind of also like a feeling, but something I'm obsessed with is ruins. And Ryan knows this about me. And that's why I'm saying it's deep and personal, because Ryan knows this about me. And maybe not everybody knows this about me. But I love ruins. So when I was a kid and my parents brought me to England on my first trip, I was 11. And we went to different castles on tours. And when we went to multiple different castles, my favorite castle to visit was, I want to say it was Scarborough. Was it Scarborough? I don't know. It was a castle that was in ruins. So it was a castle that was not still standing. It was just fully dilapidated, just the outline of the building on the ground and stone that had been crumbled, and that kind of stuff gets me so excited. And I don't know why, because my imagination goes crazy. And I just imagine, wow, who stood in these halls where this brick was on the wall. And I wonder who was born here or died here and lived here and did stuff here. And what did it look like when it was in its fullest, truest form? And that imagination to me is just so cool. I also love ancient Egypt stuff and archaeology, and that just fascinates me. But I have no training or extensive knowledge of any of those things. But I'm fascinated by it. And on this trip to England, I loved that castle. Then we went on another trip to a castle, and it just looked like a regular castle. I was like, oh, this is still standing. This is just... It looked like a new castle to me. And I was like, this isn't as interesting. I think this is kind of whatever. So when it's in ruins, I love it. And that's anything, not just castles. Even if there's some things you'll make fun of me, Ryan. But there's some things that you'll point out in everyday life and you're like, you like that because it's ruins, don't you? And for my birthday, you bought me that book.
Yeah, it was something palaces.
Abandoned palaces. And something, okay, so it's not just old things. It is old things, but another thing that is more relevant since this is on YouTube. There is an account on YouTube that Ryan has always followed for a long time, and it's
Bright Sun Films, and they do YouTube videos about either abandoned theme parks or abandoned parts of Disney World or abandoned shopping malls, and they go through the story of like what it was like in the heyday and then how it ended up here.
I love that. I feel like as well, I like post-apocalyptic movies because of that. Like I like disaster movies that you can be like, oh, what did it look like when it was actually in its true form? And I honestly think that's why I love the Titanic. The Titanic is my favorite movie. And there's that whole scene where it goes from being like under the ocean and like moss has grown over it or whatever. And then it goes fresh and into the past when it was afloat. Like that mysterious part. I love it so much. Anyways, so that's something I'm passionate about.
When did you meet your husband?
Hi, Ryan. I met Ryan when we were working together on The Wizard of Oz. So I had done this production. We actually did 3 different iterations of this same production with slightly different casting. So I did the production in 2017, and that was like spring 2017. And I was Glinda, and it was a great time. But Ryan wasn't in that production. So when they asked me to do it again, I was so excited. I also was then brought on to, it was kind of like in the moment serving as the vocal captain. If you know, like a dance captain, vocal captain, it's just someone who's a part of the show who also helps to run things like warm-ups or clean up rehearsals, or, you know, it's another reference for you within the cast when your music director is not available. So I was standing in for the music director for the auditions. And that's when I first met Ryan. He came in for the second round of auditions, or he came in for the second production's auditions. And that's where I met Ryan.
Yeah, so Jess was, I guess, up sitting in the audience. There was like the row with the director and the choreographer, and then Jess was there as well. I have a vague memory of you sitting like in the second row and behind people, but we didn't interact or anything.
Oh my God,
it was
no.
not until we were in
But
the
I
show.
remember you because 1, you had long hair. He had a man bun. I was like, look at that man bun. 2, he sang something from Hamilton, the musical.
It was somewhat of a last minute audition. I got called in for another show at the same time as this. So I had sides from the first show, and then this would just come in and do the dance audition and sing us something. So I was literally like, what song am I not going to forget the words to? How about something from my favorite musical? Okay.
Perfect. So Ryan sang Hamilton, and I was like, I've never seen Hamilton. I've never even listened to Hamilton. That's pretty good. And the rest is history.
And then the last question here. Did your husband always love Lululemon, or did you convince him?
Ryan has always loved Lululemon. I think you should speak about this. I think you should tell your story.
I didn't know if you were going to answer for me or not. So yes, I have worn Lululemon stuff for a long time. I can't remember if when I did dance, I was a competitive dancer growing up, but I can't remember if I had any Lululemon then. I remember seeing it in the Eaton Center where it used to be that location, but I don't remember buying things from there. But I do remember for the musical theater productions going in, and a friend of ours worked there, and there was like a friends. They were trying to push their men's collection. So there was like a discount that you could give to your male friends. So I bought a few different things. Actually,
for employees. It was an employee program.
Employees had male friends, they could help get a discount. Doesn't exist anymore. But I got some shorts and some shirts that I still have. I just wore the tank top like 2 days ago. So
yeah,
in 5 years, that stuff has still existed. It's not vintage yet. But
and technically, I've got so many comments. Vintage is apparently 20 years or older, and all of the time I've been talking about this tank that is from 2006, which is not 20 years old yet. But I'm calling it vintage because Lululemon's only been around since 1998. So for something to be vintage Lululemon, I feel like anything before 2010, I consider vintage for Lululemon. But that's just my opinion.
So yeah, I have loved it for a long time. I definitely have way more now since Jess has started doing the content creation for Lululemon. It's most of my wardrobe.
And we're going to do a full collection video for YouTube. And we're going to include Ryan this time.
Fun.
Woohoo!
Well, that's all the questions that I wrote down.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have been asking Ryan to make his own Lululemon account. And I apologize that Ryan doesn't have time for that. But Ryan does have his own account if you want to see different kind of content. He is talking about electric cars on a different account, Ryan_NYC on TikTok. But Ryan is going to make an effort to post more men's focused videos on my account.
Yeah, I have been doing that. There's sometimes when I miss it if we're posting a bunch of other things or if the drop isn't very good.
Yeah, sometimes the men's drops are just not really noteworthy. So Ryan doesn't make those posts. But I think we're going to just try and do more of them. So even if it's not as noteworthy as we think, maybe it is something you want to talk about. So we'll try and get Ryan to add in a few more content pieces for men. Thanks, Ryan. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. This was, I was going to say a quick episode, but I feel like it went on longer than I expected. And hopefully TikTok gets its button gear and the live does not glitch on Tuesday coming up. Don't forget to check out my content surrounding the chargefeel workout shoe. It's brand new. I just got the low top and now I've got the mid top. I will be doing a review, a comparison review between all 3 styles of shoes that are currently available. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it'll be coming out soon. And we also are going to do a biker short review. So lots of reviews coming up, I think, for the month of August, especially since we've got this podcast going on every week. We're going to be getting back into more reviews as well for this channel.
And sign up for the email to find out about the Content Sparks Challenge.
I'm so excited for that. Can't wait. See you everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, email list, text list.